Welcome to the corner. This is episode 7. This is our topic today is going to be relationships and a little fires or whatnot. So we got our original cast here. We got Mac, we got Silk, and we got Ant. And we have our special guest tonight, my cousin. We have Alexis here with us tonight. So I just hope y'all ready to dive into this topic. Hopefully it'll be a pretty good heated debate or whatnot. I'm gonna slide out of the picture for a little bit, let y'all, see what's going on. I'll moderate and whatnot, and I just hope y'all enjoy the show. So, welcome to the corner. I'm K1. This is
Mac,
Silk,
Anthony,
Lex.
welcome to the corner.
yeah. Okay, so who wants to start off? Anybody got to start? Okay, I guess I'll take it. All right. So I guess as far as things that seem small and get bigger, sometimes somebody could be saying something that's important to you, but the way they say it or the tone or the delivery of it doesn't seem that major. And then they might say it over and over again in the same, relaxed, chill tone, and then wind up being, I was listening to you, but you really don't seem like you were listening because they say it I don't know, for me, you really gotta drive a point home to me. If it's something that's big, something needs to change or something like that, little stuff like that, I'm already in a million different directions trying to get stuff taken care of. So if the point ain't driven home, keep coming. You gotta step your game up. And then it winds up being a bigger problem, you know what I'm saying? You remember I said that this many times, blah, 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 but if you didn't seem serious about it, I'm not going to take it as something that's okay, this needs to happen right now, you know what I'm saying? It could be put off, it could give me a little bit or whatever. But I feel like that happens a lot to me.
So it's like the other person is just kind of nonchalant with the delivery, not. So would that consider them just not showing interest?
Not showing interest so much as what they're saying doesn't seem as important, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Even if, alright, let me see, I guess an example of that. I don't know, fixing things around the house or cleaning up or something like that. They might mention oh, hey, you get your socks off the floor. Well, okay, all right, I get to that in about 5 minutes. But I guess for whatever reason, sometimes folks want to be, I don't know, parents or something like that, where it's just all right, if I say it now, I need it done now. And it's they keep, pecking and stuff like that. If you feel there's a message that you're trying to send, kind of be more specific, more driving about the topic instead of just one remark here, one remark there, one remark there. But that's how I feel about it.
So it'll almost seem like it's micromanaging to a sense.
A little bit, kind of.
Almost like nagging.
Yeah, something you know what I'm saying? But it's if it's something that's serious, do more than nag. If that's how you nag, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
I don't want to
If that's how you
Roger
nag.
that. Is that really that? Look,
I'm sorry. Hey,
we said it was gonna be heated
right now. Diving straight in. What's up?
Vince, you can edit my voice out as from a female point of view. Me personally, I just feel with females, it's just they just want us men to just do the small things. I feel oh, can't you for them, it makes them happy to see. And to us, we men, we simple. So how do you feel about the point of view from a woman's standpoint on what they say?
I mean, I wouldn't call it nagging. Just if I say do it, just do it. And we're gonna have to keep going on and on and on and on and on and on and on. That's all.
Well, my problem with that is that we heard you the first song. No, the first. We know we're not trying to ignore you, but it's just one of those things where it's just not I feel like I already have things on my to-do list that whatever it is just at the bottom of my list at this point, and I'll get to it at a later time. But it's not one of those things where I'm just gonna ignore it. yeah, I'm gonna pick my socks off the floor. I'm not gonna let it stay on the floor
Right.
for a day.
I'm gonna
But
get to them eventually.
but, you
wind it
know,
down at the end of the day.
right,
maybe,
you know.
just,
But you know, I gotta cut this grass. I mean,
Right, exactly.
It's looking kind of raggedy. You know,
My
people
wife
drive by the
argue-
house. You know.
Me and my wife argue about me leaving my shoes on the floor all the time, and she always stay tripping over them boys. Like, you should get your shoes up off the floor. I'm like, yeah, I get to them. I'll never pick them guys up.
Never.
See, that's
But,
right there.
hey, you know, yeah, later that night, you hear some boom, doo, doo. Timber.
Right.
No.
But I bet some oil got changed today. You feel me? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, car
The other
maintenance,
stuff
I got
around
you
the
on
house.
all the other stuff. Come on, man. Like,
Yeah, you know, them socks. The socks can chill. You know, for a little bit. You know, they ain't hurting nobody. I don't think so.
My shoes dead.
What was
all right, but that's
okay?
apples and oranges.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Any other points anyone wants to start on or get to next, or want me to just kind of pick? All right, cool. So when it comes to energies in a relationship, as far as like a lot of people say it should be 50-50 or things like that, it's not always that way. Sometimes one's low, sometimes one's higher. You know what I'm saying? And it's in a relationship, you supposed to naturally, I guess, pick up the next one's slack. Like, you know, I see you had a bad day or whatever, then, you know, do whatever it takes to make them feel good, while at the same time, like, it might take a little bit more than it usually does. Do that and then still keep taking care of you. From that, I guess, where do you feel like, how far would you take, you know, taking care of somebody that's feeling low, and then, like, what would you do?
I mean, if you need help, just let me know. Just be straight up with me. Like, don't play around. Like, just get straight to the point. Because I'm always a helping person. And
Right.
I always do 50-50 with my relationships. Like,
Right.
just let me know.
Mm-hmm.
I pick up the slack. Like, I
Right.
don't care.
Facts.
Yeah, you know that saying, you know, teamwork makes the dream work is, you know, pretty dead on. You know, it could be outside a relationship, you know, with jobs and, you know, things like that requires, you know, another helping hand when you can't do it on your own, when the workload is just too much for you. You know, it's always nice to have a helping hand, you know, just to be there to help you out. Like I said, you know, teamwork makes the dream work, you know, in any situation. Now, like you said, you know, sometimes it's not like that. You know, it's one of those things where you just gotta, you know, what we would say, embrace the suck.
Right.
And, you know, just kind of, you know, you just have to, you know, roll with the punches. And it's just one of those things where, you know, you do that and not necessarily expect anything back. But
Right.
only because, like you said, you know, naturally you're a giving person. You're a helpful person. You know, you obviously you like to help, you know, just from the kindness of your heart and not expecting anything back. You know, that it kind of gets misconstrued because, you know, that's where the whole unconditional love thing kind of comes in, and
Right.
a lot of people kind of get that mixed up. You know, they're like, well, you know, this person's just gonna keep doing this. I don't really have to step in and
Right.
do my part,
Right.
which
Right.
you know, which is, you know, you don't want it to be that. You don't ever
Right.
want it to be that way.
It seems to happen a lot.
But
you
it,
know,
yeah, it
but,
seems
you know,
to happen
right.
a lot, especially this day and age too. You know, it just seems to happen a lot. But yeah, I'm definitely in agreement with y'all. You know, you know, 80-20, 50-50, 60-40. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Right.
So I have a scenario for y'all, and y'all can talk amongst each other. What if you're the man in the house, right? And you lose your job, and now the wife is the breadwinner, right? She's the one out. She's the only one rolling.
Right.
Would you be okay with role reversal? And that's for the female-owned panel and all of y'all. Would y'all be okay with the role reversal? Because I know most men pride. Is it like some men would not date a woman who's more successful than them because the ego, you know, the ego thing. So it's just kind of like ramble on that topic.
So you can go first.
I mean, I wouldn't mind, but if it's taking like longer than ever and you take me for granted, like, no, I'm not gonna keep doing it. Like, cause I mean, that's what happened a lot. Like, people take you for granted, and it keep going on for years and years, and that's what drives people away from each other.
Would I be okay with the role reversal? I mean, for a certain amount of time, yeah. I mean, I guess if it's necessary for me to hold down the household and everything, at some point I feel like I can't just sit at home and not do nothing and feel like I'm not really going out and providing for where I'm at. So I'm gonna have to get up and go do something. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if, I don't know, it could be work from home, internet work, like, you know, anything like that, but something to bring something in.
So, my input on this, let me just give y'all a little history, because I was in a situation where when I met the guy, he had 2 jobs. So it wasn't really that he had an issue with working or anything like that, but then he went through something really traumatic in his life. His mom passed, and so he took time off, and initially it was him taking time from work, which was cool. You know what I'm saying? You need that, grieving time to get your mind right, especially, when your mom passed. That's huge. And they were really close. I never rushed him, but made him, hurry up and go back to work or nothing like that. I let him take his time to, get back into his routine and to what he normally does and everything like that. And so when I noticed that, he was kind of coming along, then it went from, how like when guys are lying about stuff and none of it makes sense, like all of it sounds shady. So he would say that, the manager at my job, he don't like me, he ain't been giving me that many hours, so I'm not gonna work there no more. Like, every job he was at was an issue. Every job. And he was at like 5, 6 different jobs within 2 or 3 months, like just job hopping or whatever. He didn't want to work, and it seemed like he didn't want to work. And so, yeah, basically just he didn't want to keep a job. He didn't want to work. He'd rather stay at home and play on. What game was it? GTA. He used to play GTA all the time. That's how I learned how to play. He used to play it all the time. That was play all the time. And he was a smoker, so it's not like he was paying for his own cigarettes. He wanted coffee and he wanted not. So, I talked to him a couple of times before I got fed up with it. I was just like, look, it's cool, and I understand the situation that happened, but I need you to help me do something. You know what I'm saying? You ain't helping me do nothing. And you consuming shit, you sitting in the house all day. You have all these extra needs. You want cigarettes, you have to get coffee from goddamn Dunkin' Donuts every morning and all this extra stuff. So you driving around, using up gas. It was just any little thing, So it's like you're not helping with anything. I could be paying less by myself. So yeah, I mean, with that, like I said, he at one point told that being a house husband. Like, that's so, I've never known a man who volunteer himself to sit at home all day and not do nothing. But at the same time, in my head, I'm thinking it had a lot to do with his mom. And so I basically just broke it off because I felt like he wasn't in a space where I felt comfortable with being in a relationship with, and, just the situation pretty much. Because that shit was not for me. That's pretty much what I'm
understand.
doing. I don't have no issue with taking care of stuff, but if I ask you for help and you can't help me, then I don't understand why we together.
Fair enough, yeah. So,
Let me see. I haven't really had much experience with that because to me that's more like a thing that women have experienced in their like teenage years going into early 20s mostly. So I can say as far as when I did deal with it, but I wasn't paying no big bills like maybe just a phone bill and putting gas in the car here and there because I wake up quite quickly. Like I just be like, oh, this is not the way to go. You know, it's just not. And I don't fault any woman that has, done that because, we've all been through some shit. So I mean, me personally, when I did deal with it, and it wasn't for a very long time at all, and it wasn't like paying any major bills, but like as far as like when you're in your early 20s and you're dealing with someone and every time you go out you're paying, that right there wears and tears on someone. So it just makes you feel like, damn, I'm being used. Like, not only do I have to pay every time we go out on dates, but I have to also satisfy you sexually too. And it just really puts things in perspective as far as men having to be the provider and women actually staying at home. Even though, roles have been switched, me personally, when I get married one day, I would not want my husband to be a stay-at-home dad. I just wouldn't. Like, say for instance we have a special needs kid, then maybe they'd be different. But he has to have some type of work going on. Also from what I experienced when a dude doesn't have anything, he's more prone to cheat. Because he got nothing but time on his hands. Nothing but time on his hands.
That's
okay.
a bar. That's a bar.
I'm just being honest. He has nothing but time on his hands, and that $20 you just gave him, he just gave to another chick. Like, you just don't know where your money's really going when the dude ain't got. And first of all, it's like, why would a guy even want to pursue a relationship and he don't got no job? Like, why? Why? Because I remember I got with a guy one time. I was like, what, 20? He didn't have a job. I was very inexperienced. So I didn't know any better. Even though my parents said, no, whatever they do, he doesn't have a job or whatever. I was thinking he was cute, good looking, we had a lot in common. No, I cannot eat love. No, I cannot eat love. If we're outside in a cardboard box and we ain't got nothing but love, no, that will not be me. That will not be me. Are y'all laughing at me?
No, I mean, we're not laughing at you like being mean. We're just, I mean, we agree with it. I understand it. There was this joke this comedian made. He was like, I got a house, I got all this nice shit and stuff. He was like, I don't get this from me. He said, if I could fuck a female in a cardboard box, I would. I get this because she like it. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I understand what you're saying.
I mean, I just couldn't, I can't, and when I tell with younger women, like, hey, don't be trying to give it out for free like that. Make sure he earns you. Like, I don't know if you guys realize this, but I barely seldomly get into relationships. You have to really show me you are going to be with me. Like, everything has to be ticked off, basic wise, because it's just like you just having a car and you just having a job is really basic. Congratulations for being an adult. But you have to have other things that go with that. Like, okay, you have a car, you pay your own phone. Well, how's your credit looking? Like, are you trying to get an apartment? How far do you see this going? Because you can't just look at the fact they have their shit together. You have to look at the fact mentally, where are they at? Because if you like at a 20-year-old level and you're pushing 30, I don't need that. You can't grow with nobody like that. And people do grow apart. So it just all depends, and it's just like a lot of women should be looking at that. But when I was dealing with that, it was like, this ain't the move, bruh. Like, I gotta pay every time we going out, and then I gotta get my pussy wet for you too. Like, oh no.
Let them
No,
know.
this
I gotta.
with the money and with the dick. Like, this don't make no damn sense.
Okay, so very understandable point that she added to the topic. I just want to know for the women on the panel. Yeah, I understand that y'all would love to have a man that works, but what if it's a man that needs a female? He has the qualities that lined up that he's gonna be something someday, but he just need that person to believe.
Right.
See, that's acrimony. You can't wait on that shit. I'm sorry.
And,
That's acrimony
right,
type
but
deal.
that's
Yeah.
real. That's real life. Like I feel like, and it can go both ways. I feel like sometimes men miss the mark, and sometimes women miss the mark on that person because it's like, oh no, look, he can't do nothing for me.
Yeah.
Right.
Right now.
I think the further we go,
Is he cheating? Is he cheating? Is he faithful?
High
I mean, because you got dudes that are like that, and you hang in there, and the next thing you know, like, they done cheat on you 4 or 5 times. Baby, I'm going to get this $1 million, though.
This is, I mean,
Acrimony.
she has a point.
hypothetically speaking, we hope he's not cheating.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
say he is legitimately, genuinely there with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I know from my personal experience, like, I'll go 1,000 with 4 who I'm with. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I check all the boxes. I'm warming your car up in the morning, defrosting your windshield, changing the oil, putting air in the tires, like going to work, coming home. If you don't feel like cooking, I was a chef for 3 years. I make it happen in the kitchen. Like, you feel me? Like all day, every day, like cleaning up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like as a chef, you clean as you go. So I clean as I go while I'm in the kitchen. Boom, dishes basically half done by the end of the night anyway. So eat, you know what I'm saying? Of course, you know, I enjoy some extracurricular activities, you know, but, you know, I drink a little bit, smoke a little bit, but, I mean, most of the time, that's something they do, too, so, you know what I'm saying? And then, what I hate, or where I've experienced in my relationships, is where you seem like you running the whole show. Like, all the time, I'm taking care of me, I'm taking care of you, I'm taking care of family, I'm taking care of whatever, you know what I'm saying? Just paying bills, whatever, making shit happen. And then it gets to the point to where things might slow down. Okay, I might need a little bit of help. You know how many times it seemed like, okay, as long as everything was sunshine and rainbows, they always on your side. And then it seems like some storm clouds start to roll in, things start to slow down. How many times people have folded in that position, bro? Like, because you've been there 1,000 for them the whole time. And then you need just that little bit of help. And as soon as some storm rolls in, oh, well, maybe appreciate you for helping me build myself up and everything. Let me go hop back to the buddy that I used to talk to. You know what I'm saying? You weren't supposed to worry about him. He was just friends. You know, he whatever. Blah 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 blah. Like, you know, boom. So, anybody have something to say back to that?
I've been in that situation before.
Damn, you accept the applications? I'm just joking.
I mean,
It was a joke. I'm just teasing.
was there a response? Like, do you have something to say? You know, to add to that?
You saying like you taking care of the household responsibilities or whatever, and they
Yes.
handle you.
Yes, like it'll be like for whatever reason, a couple of relationships have started off right. So one individual, usually not me, is like going just fresh off some traumatic accident, not accident, but incident, or you know something that happened in their life or whatever, and they had a low point. And me, I'm not by any means, not purposefully anyway, Captain Save-Ho, but like I'm a naturally helpful person. Like, you know, I'm a person that's like, I got a big heart. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and so if I see somebody, especially if I know you or, you know, I know of you or anything, I'm going to try to help. And so, yeah, and I'll do that. And, you know, things would be great, you know, like, oh, wow, this sunshine and rainbows thing, like, oh, this is the best thing. This is the one. This is what's going to happen, blah, blah, blah. Come to find out the whole time, the only reason why it was that way was because it was extremely, more or less, one-sided. And then when it came time for them to start delivering on their end of the bargain, they can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that happens to me frequently. I just thought, if anybody has any response or experience or anything, share on that, please.
You that happens frequently. You just looking for bitches to help.
I mean, it's not. It don't even come. Go ahead.
That's not like you're looking for them like that. If you say that happens frequently, that shit happens in one relationship where
you dating to help.
But I mean, but that's not purposeful. Like legitimately. All right, so good. I like this. This is good. Good debate. Good, comebacks. I'd go after alpha energy. That's something that I'm attracted to. Fire. I'm attracted to somebody that's on their shit. They got a grind in them. They got motivation, ambition, and stuff like that. And what I've come to find out is that like, oh yeah, so I will say most of these were from social media. Like that's where the connection was made and whatnot. But I did come to find out that somebody could be saying they got it like that. Somebody could be acting, showing, flexing, whatever, that they got everything together. Like they got, they're mentally stable, emotionally stable, blah, blah, blah. And then you get to them in person and the more of them little layers start to come off of their facade or whatever it is that they got going on, it's a whole different person up under there.
This generation is like they flex for social media.
Yes, very much
That's
so.
what everybody do. They put on a show for social media.
Facts, and I've recently become aware of that.
Where I felt as though, my, I guess, quote unquote, checking the boxes weren't really getting noticed, or it just was for naught, because you think you're doing the right thing and doing all the right things that you're supposed to do, but then at the end it just kind of leads into for naught. And I remember this experience when I was actually in college. Now the girl that I was dating, she wasn't driving at the time, and I was all the way the hell in Augusta, but every weekend I would leave campus and visit home, and then of course visit crew, and then visit her, spend time with her. And, we would go out on dates and things like that. We was going pretty heavy for about a year. But I want to say one summer she had hit me with that "we gotta talk" message. Y'all heard that before. Ain't nothing nice ever comes after the words "we gotta talk." Nothing. So, but of course, I was optimistic. I'm like, okay, maybe she want to talk about some, because like I said, we've been dating for about a year, and this is actually one of the very few females that I felt that could go further. Unfortunately, it didn't. It was one of those things where next to "we need to talk," the second worst phrase is not you, it's me. I know y'all heard that before too. Yeah, it's just crazy. But anyways, so she hit me with one of those. I ain't really tripped, I was like, well, I mean, hell, I'm in school, so I don't really get to see her all the time. I try to make time because, like I said, I was the only one that was driving, taking that, in Augusta to Conyers, that's a good 2 hour and some change drive. Yeah,
2.5 hour drive right there. So.
And that's with no traffic.
Right.
So,
dedication.
Just at least give you a guap.
You just went to school in Augusta. Did you live in Conyers?
Yeah, she lived in Conyers, and I was going to school in Augusta.
So, breaks and stuff like that. Did she come home?
I couldn't hear you. Say that again.
When they were on like break and stuff from school, did she come home?
Oh, yeah, she would come home. She went to Clayton. She went to Clayton State actually.
How would she get home?
I ain't really, check up on her like that. How she got home. But You know,
What?
she was
Hold
on.
on, wait.
Well, cause I'm not.
It could have been another dude taking her home. If
It
you
could
didn't
have,
know.
but you know, if we dating for a year, you would
Oh.
think the trust, would be there. So I trusted her to not,
Boy,
you
No.
know.
You
not,
trust her.
not in these.
But like I said, I was in
times,
college.
sir, no.
You know, I wasn't grown then, so I didn't know better. You know,
Yeah,
but yeah. So anyways,
moving forward.
Yeah, yeah. But I definitely yeah. But anyways.
Hey,
She hit me with that, it's not you, it's me type of situations. So I was like, all right. So I'm thinking we just mutually, we mutually broke it off, whatever. No harm, no foul, right? I want to say 3 months later, I was on Facebook and I happened to go to her profile because I was actually going to send her something or say something, say what's up or whatever. Just something simple.
trying to slide in there. Okay.
No, I was not sliding in nothing. I was just saying what's up. But so I seen she had posted something. She seemed like she was kind of in a semi-dark place, maybe or whatever, or just kind of upset or whatever. So I'm getting ready to reply to this, and I guess I'll take your phrase, Tony, Captain Save-A-Hole. But so I was just concerned, I was gonna say, hey, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's going on? Another dude actually hopped in on her post and said, "What's wrong, baby?" I was like, "Oh, word, baby."
That was the man that was bringing her home.
Well, I don't know that, but you know what? But funny you say that though. I want to backtrack to a month before the breakup. It was actually her birth month, so she was throwing a little birthday party. Her mom and dad was throwing a little birthday get together. So, we all went over, and actually, before I even knew who the guy was at the party. And I dapped him up and everything. I was like, yo, what's up, man? You whatever. Now, of course, it wasn't just him. There was other people there. He just happened to be there too. So of course, I didn't know nothing. I didn't think of anything. Think of it as anything.
It
But
be like that sometimes, bro.
but 3 months after, it happened to be the same guy that I shook hands with, saying, yo, what's up? What's wrong, baby? Everything okay? So I guess with that whole story. To kind of bring it back, in my most humble opinion, and I mean, it could change with time, but no matter how many boxes you check, because you're thinking you're doing everything right, if somebody wanted to not be with you or to step out on you, they're going to do it, and ain't really too much you can do about that because they made up their mind already on it's basically premeditated murder. Like I said, it's like I said, it could change within time. You might find that special somebody that can completely change your whole perspective on that. But for the most part, if you haven't found that one person yet that could change your mind, any and everybody is capable of anything. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Well then, that was
Well,
heavy.
that's a lot of issue with reading energy because if you doing all of this and she not giving you, that's why I was saying like, how is she getting home? You were saying she's finding a way to get around. She just not coming to see you, but you making all these trips to see her.
Yeah.
With her, she not giving that energy back, and when you not realizing that. When it comes to need to talk, for her, she probably felt like, oh, this shouldn't be a surprise for him. You know what I'm saying? Because
I don't know about that.
Well, what was the energy?
What
like
was
before
because she wasn't giving me that type of vibes. You know what I'm saying?
he probably felt like it shouldn't be a surprise for you. Her, so because she ain't think give you that energy back. You know what I'm saying? If somebody take these days, everybody got their phone in their hand. You text somebody and you listen, hey, what you doing? Nothing, what's up? And then you want to have they don't want to text you back all of a sudden. You know what I mean? It's not, oh, they busy. unless you know their schedule like that, maybe they fall asleep, whatever. But frequently they do that shit all the time. They always sleep. They always busy. You know what I'm saying? They always in the house, whatever. They just don't want to see. I just don't want to talk to you. I mean, it's really just an energy thing. Like, if they're not giving you the energy back, then make us more step back a little bit and just kind of see. You know what I'm saying? Read the situation a little bit and see. Okay, let me see how long it's gonna take her to call me before I call. Let me see how long it's gonna take her to come see me before I say something about it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then if it's like, okay, you're not really putting in no effort how I am, maybe you need to be with whoever else. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
For me, what I'm getting from what you said, because ain't no way I go no whole year and I always go see the nigga and nigga ain't came to see me, nigga don't done efforts to be in my face and I'm trying to be in his face or whatever. Hell no.
Well,
if I don't get no, for me, some people don't like it, but you pop up on me at my job, you bring in these hours or whatever, and you want to, I would say, hey, I just wanted to see you for a little bit or whatever. I just wanted to talk to you for hours. I just wanted to FaceTime you and, make sure you got home, whatever. Shit like that, I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying?
See, but funny thing that you say that because I was in a relationship or whatever, and she lived all the way in Boulder Crest. Now, to some people that might not seem far, but it was a good little drive to get to her. And like I did little things as far as probably come in her area, stop by her job, but people in her ear telling like, "Ooh, I bet he cheating. I bet he got another female out here. That's why he came to see you." And blah blah blah. I was like, "Nah, it ain't like that. I'm trying to stay present because I don't want to get to the point that hey, you don't hear from me. You like, what's up? And you think I'm running around the streets when I'm not. So I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
Anybody else have anything to say on that?
Come to think of it, man. I was pretty much a simp at 20. Like that was.
Oh man.
Wow. Hey, that was kind of. I mean.
That's a
turn. I said 20.
So my question now for everybody, this is a question for everybody, anybody can answer this. So at this point where you at in your life, when you're looking for someone, is it all for natural or is it all for what the eye likes, if that makes any sense? Like, do you look for energy or do you look for what looks good to the eye?
Oh, okay. Well, looks good to the eye.
Okay. I'll start.
Go first.
Of course, yeah.
Oh well.
I mean, if you feel
go
like
ahead, Nick.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go
All
ahead.
right. For me, okay, I'm not shallow. Like I said, I've got like a pure, genuine heart. I do mainly go for like an energy connection, a vibe. Like when you come around them, there's no ice to be broken. It's a seamless like sort of flow. Like conversation of energy. There might be some physical interaction or whatever, but at the same time, I have to be attracted to you. Like in order to be honest with you, like I need to be attracted to you. You know what I'm saying? And that's not saying that like I only like attractive women. Like no, it's not that. It's like there has to be something about you that's attractive to me. That like that is magnetizing to me. That makes me want to be around you or something. Something like that. And but definitely energy. Like vibes is definitely the main drive behind that. And like I said, I do go for alpha. Like I like not aggressive, but like I like seeing a fire in a woman's eyes. Like that's just something I like seeing. But not
like crazy women.
No, I mean, well, it's not so much crazy. It's just I don't know.
Just crazy women.
Fair enough. All right. So maybe I like crazy, but at the same time, I can handle crazy. But crazy can't handle me. I'm telling you, crazy can never, every single time. Like, they might be crazy. I can deal with their crazy, but they can't deal with me.
Crazy, like.
Boy, you don't even want to go that deep now. Like,
because you said crazy. Like what level
Okay,
crazy?
like what level of crazy as far as personality goes, or what's the craziest thing that's happened, or
Like
the craziest thing that's happened? Let's see. One had a baby on me. How about that? Like,
Oh.
that ain't.
Oh.
That's not crazy.
Yeah, that's not crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just
I mean, okay, fair enough. Okay,
Always be crazy.
I thought you meant like crazy, trying to stab you, trying to kill you, crazy.
trying to kind of, sort of, yeah. Like, I mean, I done had some arguments with it, like, you know, I wrecked this car, or you know, whatever. Like, yeah, stuff like that. I've been there. Like, coming from a concert, getting to a bad argument, and we on the highway, like, screaming at each other, missing exits, and all type of stuff. Like, all that. Like, I done pick a type of crazy. I probably done been around it. Like, I feel that's how it is. And it's not purposeful. It's not, I'm telling you, this is they got a mask. Like the first couple of months, everything's great. They're innocent, genuine, pure-hearted individuals. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Everybody got a hidden agenda.
Yeah, but see, that's not how I am. Like, legitimately, when I come to a relationship, I'm an open book. Like, there's some questions you ain't even gotta ask. I'm gonna just tell you straight up. Like, look, you gonna see this. Like, I'm not perfect. I'm rough around the edges. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say like anybody around here is perfect, but like the good far outweighs my bad, in my opinion. As far as like what I bring to a relationship, and a lot of the times I've been the first time somebody, I guess, has had someone that cares the way I do, or treats them the way I do, or whatever. And it gets to the point to where like I'm giving so much, they're seeming like I can't even try to give him that energy back. You know what I'm saying? And I've been in the situations where I can watch them fight themselves. Like, you know, they try to stick in it, but I've been told like you're too good for me. Like I can't, you know, give you the same vibe that you're giving me. Like you deserve better. Blah 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 blah. Like I've been told that, and it's just like, if I'm with you, I don't see anything like that. If I'm with you, I see the greatness in you. I see the, you know, your potential. I see, you know, everything positive, you know, for you. Like I don't care what the conditions around you are. I don't care, you know, what you got going on. Like whatever you got going on, technically, to me, we got going on. But
everybody ain't rap like that though.
And I'm definitely realizing that. Like that's just how it is. Like. But I try.
So what's your take here on the end?
Yeah.
What do you look for?
I mean, vibes and spirits. Like that's, I'm a vibe person.
You're such a nice guy. They don't want to just make it like a bad breakup. They still want to have a decent relationship with you. So they'll say like, oh, I don't know how to love you the way you love me. Or,
that's true. I've heard that. And it's not, I mean, but it's crazy because like they'll go out on a note where it's like, you know, it's not that, just like T-Mac said, it's not you, it's me type stuff, which I mean, that's cool, but if it's not me, it's you, then shouldn't you have kind of like from the jump, or at least at an earlier point, been able to pick up on that and communicate that? And what I've found out is a lot of times, and this ain't the jab towards, you know, the other gender or anything, females hate when a male can out-communicate you. Like, I'm sorry. Like you act like I've not had one good experience. Like, don't get me wrong, that y'all like it, that we can communicate. But when somebody can legitimately take what you're doing and give you a logical perspective on what you're doing and ask you how to explain logically what you're doing effectively, y'all, like, they panic, bro. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
that's mansplaining.
If females feel that way.
Do what?
They feel mentally and intellectually inferior, and they don't like that. So it just depends. There's certain females, like me personally, I don't want to be able to say I can learn nothing from you. I don't want to know nothing you can teach me about anything, like nothing. You can't show me how to change my own oil. Nothing. You can't show me how to do shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a nigga. Like, you just a regular ass nigga. You ain't nothing to say that.
Right.
If I didn't mouth you down, just them as my daddy. So it's like, wow, okay. They all think like this. You know what I'm saying? So they just, you know, immature females who feel like that when you know, like their child or something. If you're talking to them and you stating facts and you communicating properly and all that stuff, like they don't like that. They want to be able to yell and tell you you don't listen, you don't understand what I'm going through, and all this other shit.
Right.
I
I mean,
don't have that.
I've been like, well, exactly. To me, I've been through it enough times where I've had the same situation kind of unfold a number of times, and so it'll get to the point to where, based off of how they're moving or the vibe is, the energy is, I can call what's about to happen, how things are about to go, like what's about to happen, and even down to the point to where I'll tell them, like, look, like you were clingy, we had this honeymoon phase and everything like that, like. I'm double checking with you. Is like, is everything okay? Like, cause just to make sure I'm in this for the long haul. Are you in this for the long haul? And they'll be like, yeah, for sure. And everything's great for that period. And then, like I said, a couple months goes by, them layers start to peel off, and all of a sudden, well, I just don't feel the same. All right, well, this is why that checkpoint a little bit ago happened. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've already asked you, like, if you sure you ready to proceed, you ready to move forward, and everything like that. And they all say yeah, like it's all good, sunshine and rainbows up front. And then like for whatever reason, being around me, because I like I said, I try to check every box. Like I really do. Like if it can be done, I try to do it. And then it seems like when an issue comes up, like whether it be mine or theirs, it's just right then it'll be like a switch. It could be a big issue, it could be a minor issue that winds up being big. A switch will flip and the personality drops, the energy drops, the vibe drops, and then it just kind of snowballs into a bigger situation after that. I'm sorry.
Lexus.
Yeah.
You need to leave some of them boxes and
Like
Stop
facts, like
checking
that's
the boxes,
yeah. I'm
man.
learning
Don't check
that.
the box. Next one, don't check the box.
saying like,
And fuck them boxes, dog.
yeah, leave them empty. Like don't.
Fair enough. I've learned these lessons now.
When after the checkpoint, so you get to a checkpoint and it's like, I'm feeling you. You seem like you feeling me. Like you want to take this, next level, whatever that level is for you or whatever. And if they say, yeah, from then you can start checking some stuff off every so often. You know what I'm saying?
Alright, fair enough.
Don't do all of them, guys.
I guess think don't fill the shit up every time. You know what I'm saying? Just give you,
Right. I hear you.
Feel it halfway.
No, everybody needs to know what you're doing.
like,
Apparently.
a car, come back to 10 people. You know what I'm saying? Just don't make it so obvious. Just do it every so often. Let her know you think about all this shit, whatever. And then if she's still sticking around, then you can go full out. That's the baby. Females do it too. It's not just guys. Females do it
Facts.
too.
That's true.
Wash his Uber him some food, wherever the hell he had, all kind of stuff. Put him on the new shit, take him out to restaurants, all the stuff. Go all out for their birthdays. It could be a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
don't think when one person going full out for stuff and then get them back to you, the way that you want it. Because everybody at some point goes up that they want that person more than the person.
Right.
I used to go through that phase, and then I got to a point where I was like, man, fuck this. If you don't want it, then niggas, somebody gonna want it. If it ain't you, somebody gonna want it.
Right. Facts.
All these people in the world, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can think about that. All these people in the world. You don't never know
Right.
where I think the problem is that what gets people messed up is that they go looking for all this stuff.
Right.
They see, they see somebody that's attracted, they can be with this person, but they're not really looking at the person for who they really are. They're not really, you know, seeing this person for, you know, how they act in, how they treat you, how they treat other people, how they think. All
Right.
that stuff matters, you know what I'm saying? That's how sometimes people will be looking at couples and they look at them, because look at them, you wouldn't think that that's the ideal, you know, or an appealing full eye, you know what I'm saying? You can't see, you know what I'm saying? But they feed each other's point, you know what I'm saying? Their spirits are, you know, kin to each other, and that's why they together work. That ain't for everybody to understand. But when you stop looking at people and looking at them for what they could be to you, and look at them for what they are to you, like this who this person really is to me. Like they're toxic as fuck.
Right.
But I'm looking at them life.
Facts.
Like,
I do that. I'm guilty of that myself. I'll say that.
yeah, see, really look at people for who they are. If you see a red flag here, there, whatever, please pay attention to
Yeah,
those.
that's definitely
That's
one of that.
them, their true color. That you'll try to overlook it because they look good, or they make you laugh, or there's plenty of funny bitches in the world. There's plenty of good looking bitches in the world. If you got there's plenty of nice feet out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you want to find somebody that you truly connect with first. Everything else about them will be attractive to you. Everything else about them, which you won't even have to look at, oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. Everything, how they think will be so attractive to you that they're just going to be beautiful just from what comes out of their mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
not even, they could be dumb, ugly, but other people.
Right.
It's like, bro, my bitch can make billions in her sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
art type shit, like, people be sleep on their soulmate. That's what it is.
Facts. I agree with that. For sure.
Anything you want to add, Alexis?
I ain't sleep with my soulmate. I found mine.
Yeah, well, yes. Married for ever now.
What, 4, 5 years?
It'll be 5 years for both of us next year.
Yes, sir. But been with her for 8, 9.
Probably one of
Same.
them.
That's fast.
2012.
Yes, sir. Well, we hit that bitch.
Facts. Goals.
Alright, maybe on that. Hey, so anybody got anything else they want to address before we end this topic? Remember, this is relationships and the little fires. Anything else y'all want to add?
I think we had a pretty good discussion back and forth.
Okay.
Fill your own cup up before you give a feeling to somebody else's.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
That,
That's a fact.
Better not.
that's my closing statement.
All right. I'm gonna close. I'm gonna jump in real quick. So I definitely thank for all the cast and the guest members that came in tonight on the show. Again, this is The Corner, and tonight's topic was relationships and the little fires. To close out, man, you know, whatever you feel like might not be a big deal to, you know, your spouse or anything like that can end up growing and becoming something bigger than what you thought it was in the beginning. And sometimes you can't mitigate that. That's why communication is key. If anything, communication is key. You need to talk to each other. You need to rap with each other. So therefore, there's not that dead space of things that's not going on between y'all. Y'all don't know how to mitigate it. But I think this was a great shoot, man. I definitely hope we can probably even do a part 2 of this. But to end off, I'm K1, and this is
Lex.
Anthony.
Matt.
You pointing at me?
yeah.
Oh, you just went, damn, we blind.
Say what?
I don't know if it's somebody spitting or not.
You good? And this is, I'm pointing at you now.
Nikki.
This is my boy.
So,
Matt.
And this is The Corner. Thank you for coming and enjoy your night. Peace.
Episode 7, yeah.
Episode 7.
7.
Hey.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Everybody just look at the camera one time.
With the dick. Like, this don't make no damn sense.
I got a question for the ladies.
I was mad at myself after the shit ended. So I was just like, damn, I ain't gonna do that shit no more.
All right, CC. you enlighten us a lot. So do me a favor. Do me a favor. Mute your. No, I understand you. So do me a favor. Mute your mic real quick. Cornell got a topic to throw to y'all real quick for the ladies.
I was being so serious. And so, did I get in the middle of something? I'm sorry. What are you talking about?
Hey, just hold on for 1 second, CC. Right now we're talking about.
Can you introduce us or something?
Huh?
Can you introduce us or something?
I mean, I did before you jumped in, but so hold on for 1 second, Nick. So this is another guest that we have on. This is CC.
Gotta love that smart mouth of yours.
Yours? Okay, let's not even get into that. Let's not even get into that. That's a whole nother conversation. So, all right. So here,